Happy to be here at Parul University. I am very happy to spend time amongst all you young children. It takes me back to the days when I used to be in college, and I haven't actually stepped onto a university campus for a very long time. So I am, in a way, quite excited. I believe a lot of the students over here are studying in the sort of hospitality area. We also have to correct me if I'm wrong, okay? And please, this is not a lecture. I'm not come to give you guys a lecture. I've come to interact with you. So if anybody at any point of time wants to say something, put up your hand and you can say it, okay? So how many students over here are studying to join the hospitality sector? 2. That's it. Nobody else. Hospitality. Okay, mass media? Many more mass media. Okay. And what about the rest? Food technology. Lovely. Okay. So I'm very excited simply because my sort of career has been overlapped with food technology and hospitality as well as mass communication. You know, it's always how do I say? I always get a little nervous when I walk into a school or college, when I'm faced with all these students, some principals, some deans. I start getting a little frightened because most of my college days were spent shivering at the sight of most authority. So I'm a little sort of careful when I come to a college. But it is always great to meet young and smart kids, if I can call you that. Young and smart? Young, I'm sure. Smart? I can't hear. Smart. Very good. I was just thinking when I was coming, I was thinking that we have 2 things in common, or rather 2 things that we don't have in common. One is you guys are all hardworking, educated, intelligent kids, students, if I may say so. And I am someone who has spent half his life only eating. And I've made a career out of just eating, which is luck, if I may call it that. And there was a certain amount of work that went into it earlier, and I'm going to talk about it today a little bit. It's like I'm here to actually try and open my heart and talk to you people, talk to you kids, and share some of the experiences that I've had in my life, only to prove a very important point, is that life, when you're a student, is full of worry, because you people are all worrying about your future. The truth is that the future is what you make of it. The fact that you have chosen to do subjects like mass communication and food technology and maybe hospitality is you've chosen this because you are a little different from what the norm is. You are already on the step of finding new avenues. Besides, in the old days, everyone would say, beta, tu doctor banna, tujhe doctor banna hai, tujhe lawyer banna hai, tujhe engineer banna hai. But today, things have opened up so much that there are different careers in every field, and people are also getting employed and are also making money. So the world has sort of opened up since I was in college and in school. So today the idea is to discuss opportunities. What are opportunities? And I'm going to try and share with you things in my life which could be considered bad. Like, sometimes something happens in your life which is not very good, and you think that that's it, life is over, khatam ho gaya. But no, you can, in a way, turn those bad things into good opportunities if you if you are focused, if you keep your eyes open and see those opportunities coming there. Someone once said that in the middle of all difficulty lies an opportunity. And that is what we have to be. You don't have to work very hard. You've just got to be aware of what is happening around you. Keep your eyes and your ears open so that you can recognize that opportunity and take it. I went to see a play once. Everybody knows who Anupam Kher is? Yeah, everybody knows Anupam Kher. So Anupam Kher wrote a book and did a one-man show about his own life called Kuch Bhi Ho Sakta Hai. And Kuch Bhi Ho Sakta Hai sort of became into a sort of slogan in my life also, because I was not expected to do well at anything in life. I was not a very good student. I was also a little lazy. And my parents were very worried about iska kya hone wala hai. So certain decisions that I made in my life worked for me. A lot of luck in life, there is also a lot of luck. But beyond it all, kuch bhi ho sakta hai life mein. And that is what you need to be aware of, that everything is possible if I can pick up the right opportunity. So I'm going to start at the very beginning, okay? I've been introduced as of the foodie and all that, and I was satirist and comedy. So for those who don't know, let me tell you what I do. I have two things that I do, essentially. One is I'm a food writer, vlogger, and a food TV anchor. And I do theatre and I do comedy, and I have a TV political satire show that I do on a channel called CNN News 18, a show that is called The Week That Wasn't, that I do with Cyrus, Broacha, and we've been doing it for the last 15 years. So there is a comedy media side to me and there is a food side to me. Now, considering that I'm an actor and I'm standing in front of you and talking, I grew up as a very shy boy. And the truth is, I'm still quite shy. I mean, I'm not very sort of at a social event. It takes me time to sort of, go and make friends and all that. I don't know what it is. I've never tried to analyze why I am shy, but I know that I have compensated for my shyness by trying to make people laugh. And so when you make people laugh, people like you for some reason. So being the joker in the class, or being the joker at a party, or being a joker at a gathering and cracking a few jokes has made me find a career, actually, So as I started saying, I was a shy boy and I was also a fat boy. And you know what happens to fat boys in school. They all get teased because children can be cruel. So when a fat boy gets teased, two things can happen. One is that he can become aggressive, or two, he can go into a shell. And so what happened to me in a way is that I went into a shell and became even more shy. And what happened at that point, I was 8 years old, and to add complications to my already sort of complex mind, my father died. My father passed away when I was 8 years old in an accident. And I was too young to actually realize the impact of what happens. When you lose your father at a young age, you don't really react the way you would react today if somebody close in your family passes away. And it's a scene out of a movie when something like this happens. And I don't want to start making you all over emotional, but I'm just giving this to you as an example. Think of a boy who's sitting in class and suddenly a call comes from the principal's office saying you need to go home. You don't know why, but the whole class knows why, because it's been discussed quietly behind your back. His father passed away, so they're good and all that. And then you don't come to school for a week, and then you come back to school and then you know what has happened, and you are faced with a class which is already looking at you. You don't, first of all, I'm shy. I don't want anybody to look at me at all, in any case. I'd rather hide somewhere, be in the last row, do my work and go home. But suddenly everybody's looking at you and giving you the kind of attention that you don't want. And it sort of brings you down even further. Moreover, the school I went to in Bombay, it's a renowned school called St. Mary's, was a very active, some say hooligan, but a very sport-centric school. And I was useless at all sport. So I was even a greater misfit in a very physically able school. And on top of that, I was interested in dramatics. I was interested in plays, because while doing a play, I could hide from what I really was, learn lines, and be somebody else. So when you're on that stage, your real personality is taken over by the personality of the script. And you can then stand in front of people and you can give your lines and all, which you would never do in class. And I found that liberating. So I embraced school drama, which is also a problem, because in a very boys' school, which is sports oriented, doing plays is considered sissy. So, but I had decided that no, irrespective, it gave me my confidence, irrespective of what happens, I'm going to pursue this for a very, very simple reason, is that I like doing it. I don't care at this point of time what other people think of me. I am doing it for myself. And I think that has held me in good stead throughout my life. The ability to do things that I like to do without really worrying about what other people will think of me. And trust me, as you go further in life, that is the only thing that is going to make you happy. Doing what makes you happy. Doing what you like to do. And not doing things because other people will like you. Because before anybody else likes you, you need to like yourself. Now that's become a bit serious, suddenly. I will make it a little lighter. So having said that, here I am in a school where I'm already considering myself a misfit. I have found the refuge of theatre and acting. My grades are not very good because I find myself incapable of studying two subjects. Mathematics, I'm terrible at mathematics. I make mistakes with a calculator. So my numbers, and in those days, there were no what do you call it? You couldn't give up subjects because you were otherwise educationally, whatever they call it now, you just had to do it. And the other subject I couldn't understand was science. But my heart was in acting, which I could not pursue as a career because we come from a middle class family. नौकरी चाहिए ना, एक्टिंग करके गट्स चाहिए, सब छोड़ के एक्टिंग के पीछे भागने के लिए गट्स चाहिए, वो नहीं थे हम में, क्योंकि we have all grown up in middle class family. We want to know महीने के एंड में सैलरी कहाँ से आ रही है. I may be speaking about this in the wrong state of India, because this is the state of entrepreneurs. This is the state where everybody धंधे पे लग जाते हैं, नौकरी कम करते हैं, धंधा ज्यादा करते हैं, ट्रेड करते हैं. But having said that, I had an interest in theatre which was not going to be able to fill my stomach. And I had two other passions. I used to draw very well. I had a great hand and my drawing was very good. And I loved food. I came from a family which really spent half their time thinking about food. We would wake up in the morning and my grandmother, grandfather, mother, masis, we all sit together and say, अब breakfast पे क्या खाएंगे? और जैसे breakfast खत्म होता है हम सोचते थे कि lunch पे क्या खाएंगे? Lunch होता है तो पूछते थे dinner पे क्या खाएंगे? कहां से मंगाए खाना? कौन सी रेसिपी बनाए? So there was a huge passion about food. I started cooking also at a very early age. So there was this, I'm now in my 10th standard. I have got very bad marks in my maths and science. I have got very good marks in my English, history, geography, and other humanity subjects. And I want to pursue either hotel management because I like food, or I want to pursue an art form. And the only art form I knew which you could be successful at was architecture. Because नहीं तो आर्ट करके करेंगे क्या? गरीब पेंटर होके रास्ते पर पेंटिंग करते बैठेंगे कैसे? कम फ्रॉम मिडिल क्लास फैमिली, सो यू की नौकरी कहाँ मिलेगी? पेंटर को नौकरी नहीं मिलती, पेंटर को सिर्फ बाथरूम पेंट करने को नौकरी मिलती है. And I had two uncles. One was an architect who was doing very well, very successful, making lots of money. And I had another uncle who had done commercial art at JJ and was not doing very well. And so when you're young, you usually look at role models. And I wanted to be like that uncle because he was making lots of money. So I said, architecture में जाते हैं. Now, architecture में जाने के लिए, we needed 12 standard science pass and good grades in 12 standard science. So after 10th standard, although my marks and my aptitude was not in science, I took admission FYJC science, which I think was the biggest mistake in my life because I was useless. Somehow I managed to pass my 11th standard FYJC, and then HSC, I had such bad marks in my maths and science that I failed. So I decided to sit the next year again with maths and science, two subjects that I had absolutely no interest in or aptitude to or I was not good at them at all. Again, I failed. So here you are, you've failed your HSC 2 times. And your family is now saying, iska kuch hone wala hai nahi. Kya hoga iska? And it is obvious because parents really get worried about children. Ki kya hoga? And us samay kuch tha hi nahi. Science kare, arts kare, ya commerce kare. Science was gone. Commerce was not possible to do because my ability to compute any numbers was terrible. And I opted to join JJ School of Art in the Applied Art section, which was interesting because I was there out of desperation. I did not really want to join Applied Art because I did not know what would happen after I finished 5 years of a degree course over there. Also, I walked into JJ School of Art and realized that although I came from a very good English-speaking school, JJ was completely Marathi. Professors gave lectures in Marathi. Everybody in class was a Maharashtrian. 80% of the students could not speak a word of English. And there you get a huge culture shock because you've come from a proper English-speaking school and you've landed up because you are a failure in a place where you don't want to be. And I'm trying to still look at the opportunity in this. The opportunity came with one teacher, one evolved teacher who could read the student very well, and he saw the confusion that I was in. And he decided to take me under his wing He's dead now, the teacher. And he started speaking to me in his broken English and speaking to me in Marathi. Now, I'm a Maharashtrian, so I could speak Marathi at home. And started creating the interest in the subject with me. And he realized that this boy wants to actually become an actor. So he said, let's start doing drama in college. And that sort of opened up my whole personality again to a familiar area, which was acting. And it was the best 5 years of my life, being in JJ and finally getting a degree after having been a complete miserable failure. And one more thing happened at JJ is that the professor also encouraged us to start a festival. Now, for all of y'all who want to make anything in public life, festivals, and you will know that I don't need to tell you this, are a great opportunities. College festivals are a great opportunity to train yourselves for your future. You get organizational skills, you get presentation skills, you get people management skills, you get accounting skills, you get responsibility, and that is what I gained through that part of my education. So everything that's so up to now sort of went bad for me, I think changed into better opportunities. I passed out of JJ and I applied for a job in advertising. So the obvious job is you join an advertising agency, which I did. I had three job offers. One was from a very, very large advertising agency who was offering very little money. The second one seemed to be balanced. It was a good agency offering decent money. And the third one was an agency which offered me lots of money. And I was in the state where I said, why are they offering me lots of money? I'm not worth that much money. So let me take the middle one. And I joined this agency. It was called Dakunas. And as luck may have it, I was telling the boys in the car just now, this Dakunas brought me to Gujarat all the time because one of our biggest clients was Amul and Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation. And we traveled to Anand all the time. I got to write the Amul Butter hoardings, which is an iconic campaign that has run for over 60 years. And I had two gentlemen who worked in the agency who were actively involved in theatre. One is Sylvester Dakuna, the owner of the agency, and Bharat Dabholkar, who worked over there. And I got the opportunity to actually act in commercial, proper theatre and plays. So I did advertising for about 11 years, which was great. And then I started acting at the same time, and TV was in its early stages, and there was a TV serial that came up which I acted in, and I realized that I was making what I made for one day's work in a TV serial, I was making in 1 month at the advertising agency. So if I was doing 4 episodes a month, I was earning 4 times the amount of money that I was working 30 days a month. Do you understand what I said? Or am I confusing the issue? You understood, yeah. So I said, "Arey, ye acting or television mein kafi paisa hai, to ye chhod dete hain." And I was also beginning to love acting. I was really, really enjoying my acting. So I quit. It was a big decision. A decision that is very difficult for most middle class people to take, is to give up your job and do business or to go freelance. But if I had not taken that step at that point of time, if I had not seen the opportunity of television at that time, and I'm talking of 1997, 98, 99, 1997, 97, 98, 99, I don't know what I would have done. I would not have been able to follow my passion or anything. So I quit my job and I did television for a little while. You're young, so you don't save too much money. You blow up all your money. I also wanted to buy my own house, so I took all my money and bought a house. And as freelance work always goes, one day there is work, tomorrow there is no work. And suddenly I found myself sitting at home with my own house, but no work, which means, and no savings, which means you're worried about where your next meal is coming from. But you've got a house. सर के ऊपर छत है, लेकिन खाने पीने के लिए पैसा नहीं है. At which point of time I thought the easiest thing to do is start cooking yourself so that you can feed yourself. Which sort of started like an opportunity, a bad thing like having no work and no money, sort of turned into an opportunity of me beginning to cook, getting more and more interested about food. I got a small assignment for a newspaper for 2,000 rupees a week to write about food, which I started writing about. And my interest in food started growing and growing. And while my acting career had come to a standstill, my food career started slowly taking off. The column was thankfully for the Times of India, which is a large newspaper, which was starting a news channel in 2006 called Times Now. And the editor said, yeah, this fellow, he writes about food and he's also comfortable in front of a camera. So why don't we do a food show with him? Which was the greatest thing that happened to me, an opportunity that if I had not taken up that writing assignment for literally no money, I would not have been doing a food show. If I had not done a food show, it would not have run for 9 years, over 500 episodes, with an opportunity to travel all around the country and taste food, eat food. And seeing me on television and continuing to do theatre, another channel asked us, Cyrus, Broacha and me, to do a satirical show called The Week That Wasn't, which with the grace of God, after 15 years is still running and is on air. So 15 years later, show is still on. The food show ended after 9 years, and we decided that if digital is the future, let's explore digital. I should have explored it much earlier, but I started late, better late than never. And I started a YouTube channel called Khane Mein Kya Hai, which with the grace of God in a year and a half has 2 lakh followers, all organic, not paying money and buying followers kind of nonsense. A lot of videos have hit over 1 million views. And I think at this age of 58, I have literally started a new career for myself, which is in this digital space. So, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि कुछ भी हो सकता है. These are all opportunities that came to me from not facing me straight. They were passing by like this. And I said, अरे पकड़ो इसको, अरे ये opportunity पकड़ो, कुछ होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. But if you follow your heart and you pick up opportunities which are there for you, they say every twist and turn in life is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself, about your interests, about your talents, and how to set and then achieve goals. The best goals you will ever achieve in your life are goals which are based on your own interests, your own talents. So, what I started saying, to thine self be true, follow your heart, see what turns you on, because that is the best thing you can turn into a career at some point. And to end it, as saying this again, there are secret opportunities hidden inside every failure. So don't worry about failure, because failure is a part of life. It is always there. And It is these failures, and trust me, it are these failures that will give you success. Because without that failure, the opportunity rarely ever comes. Unless, of course, you're from a really wealthy family and all the opportunities are laid out in front of you. That was my little sort of motivational speech. I believe that a lot of kids over here are concerned about the route they have taken, whether there are opportunities in those routes, whether the career path you've chosen is right or wrong. And I'm completely open to, I wanted to say this right at the beginning, is that I don't want to make this into a full lecture thing, but more interactive. So question answers is very important. As they say, AMA, ask me anything you want to ask me. I will try to answer to the best of my ability and knowledge. So, shall we open it up for questions? I'll go there. Yes, I'm going there. You can seem a little happy. You don't have to be so serious, Baba. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Sir, we all know that you have a very deep connection with food, right? So my question was that nowadays we have seen many food experiments like chocolate pani puri or dal makhani ice cream. So what are your views on that, and have you tried any of these experiments?
Yes, I have. I have tried a lot of food experiments. I may not have liked every food experiment, but I have a theory in life. Please sit. Don't stand. I have a theory in life. I'm a huge believer in freedom, democracy, and the right that you have to express yourself. And when you express yourself through your creativity, sometimes you will get it right, sometimes you will get it wrong. But you have to have the right to be able to express your creativity. So while a lot of food experts abuse food experiments and fusion food, I prefer to be open to it, because unless you experiment, how will you find something good without experimenting? I have eaten chocolate samosas. I have eaten pani puri with milkshake inside. I have eaten, sandwiches made out of dhoklas. I have eaten all kind of experiments, and I am completely open to experiments. I may not like everything, but I am open to experiment. And while we as a community and as a proud Indian like to stick to our traditions, which include food traditions, I think there is a place for tradition as well as a place for experimentation. I hope that is a good answer.
Okay, that was really great, and it deserves a big applaud, right? Because he tasted chocolate pani puri, guys.
This audience is not a clapping audience. They should CTVT manna chahiye yaar. Kya? That's what. Now they've become alive. I like that.
Okay, so we are moving on to the next question. Please raise your hand so that we could give you the mic.
Good
Come on.
afternoon, sir.
Yes, hi.
Myself, Richa Gandhi. Sir, as we all know that you are the biggest food blogger of India.
Biggest mean by size or?
No. And because of this, you travel the whole country.
Yes.
So, what have you learned that you would like to share with us about the India?
Okay, so I'll sit. I have traveled the whole country, and I have also traveled many places in the world eating food. And I have finally come to the conclusion that Indian food, which unfortunately is limited to tandoori and Punjabi food, if explored properly, is probably the best cuisine in the world. There is no better food in the world than Indian food. Why? I'll tell you why. Because Indian food changes with every 50 kilometers. if you just take the coast, the Konkan coast, starting from, say, I mean, not exactly Konkan, but you start, say, from, let's start from Mumbai, for what it's worth, okay? And you start going down the coast. You go from Mumbai, Maharashtra, every 50 kilometers, the curry changes. And when I say curry, I mean coconut curry. Yeah? Little masala will change. You go down to Karnataka, slightly change. You go to Goa, slight change. Some people use imli as a souring agent. Some people use tomato as a souring agent. Some people use kokum as a souring agent. But it's the same curry. You know? So just imagine, between 300 kilometers, you've got 10 kinds of curries that you're getting. You know? You go to... I would never have traveled to most places in India, because as a tourist, how many people are from Orissa here? Anybody from Orissa at all? There, okay. Besides Jagannath Puri or Bhubaneswar, I would not have traveled in Orissa, because normally you don't land up going there for tourism. But because of the show, I traveled deep into Orissa, Andhra Pradesh border, into the Telangana area, discovering food in all these parts. So it not only gave me knowledge about my own country, which I did not and would not have had as a Mumbai boy sitting in South Mumbai, not traveling at all. So I think I've forgotten the question, and I've just gone into what did I learn from about my country is that it's the greatest country when it comes to food, India.
Cool, that was really good. As you can see, they are really liking your speech and the answers you are giving. They are creating the hype here on their own. So moving on further, we are having the next question. Please raise your hand.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Siddharth here. Sir, thank you for the inspiring speech. You saved your life's journey. I loved it. I love you, sir.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, I have watched lot of movies of yours. I watched Ab Tak Chappan and Ghazni.
Yes,
sir,
yes.
So here is a request to say dialogue from that movie Ab Tak Chappan.
Oh God! Oh my God! There is one dialogue. Look, I can't remember because Ab Tak Chappan was many years ago.
Yes, sir, 2004.
2004. But I'll tell you what. Please sit. I'll tell you what I like about the movie. Okay. All through my career, I have done comedy roles because I was good at comedy. Also, I was a fat fellow with a funny face. I'm very good at making faces. My face is very, very young. Lots of faces I can make. Okay. And that is often misconstrued for comedy, but people like it. So when I was offered this role at Ab Tak Chappan by a director who's directed only four films, his name is Shimit Amin. He directed Ab Tak Chappan, was his first film, and then the next best film he directed was that Shah Rukh Khan film with hockey players. What is it called? Correct, Chak De. Yeah, so good films he directed. And so it was a role where I'm actually killing people, and it's a serious role. And I feel really bad that nobody ever offered me any role of that kind after that. They still offer me funny roles only, But this is when I say experimenting. Somebody asked me the question. Great work comes out when you are given an opportunity to do something that is against the normal wave that is going, And there was this one dialogue which, Nana Patekar and the other actor are fighting about kisne kitne logo ko mara hai. So he comes up to me and he says ke, kyun tum kitne maar ke aaye ho aaj? And I think the dialogue is, देख मेरे को तुम लोगों के इस कंपटीशन में नहीं जाना, मेरे को घर जाना है थोड़ा बीवी को देखने का है, थोड़ा टीवी को देखने का है, सो जाने का है. That's the only dialogue I remember actually.
Okay, that's cool. So, as you said, like only dialogue you remember till now. Like you have read all those movies, but still you only remember one dialogue, sir.
Yeah, I have such a bad memory, man. I need a script in front of me like this.
Okay, that's totally fine because we all forget something after a time.
Yeah, and we should forget lots of things.
Okay. So moving further, anybody who needs questions?
I see one hand over there with a cap, and some hands over there. Yes, yes.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Darshil Upadhyay.
Hello,
Sir.
Darshil.
Yeah, sir. Sir, I would like to know your thoughts about vending machines.
About vending machines?
Yeah, sir. Sir, like there are vending machines on Japan which provide food to the whole country.
Huh.
Will it be there in India or thoughts about it, sir?
Oh, okay. I haven't really thought about vending machines in general, but I realized one very important thing. I was in Delhi airport. I was in Delhi airport T3 coming back to Mumbai, and I was very thirsty and I was very hungry. And the flight was about to take off, was going to start boarding. And I did not have time to go to any of the outlets or to the lounge and sit and eat and drink anything. So I was wondering what to do. And the whole departure gates at T3 airport in Delhi have vending machines. And so you can buy water, soft drinks, chocolate, whatever. And I realized that I don't know how to use one. And I lost lots of money pressing buttons and they all disappeared. My money all disappeared and nothing ever came out of that vending machine. Having said that, but that is my experience. But having said that, if you look worldwide now, vending machines are becoming more and more sort of common. और सब जगह vending machines दिखते हैं. I've seen vending machines in the UK. I've never been to Japan, so I don't know about Japan. But I've seen vending machines in UK which not only give you packed food, but they give you packed heated food as well. So I'm not sure how much it will catch in India, because in India we still need one attendant next to the vending machine to press the buttons and give you the food, and we still have a lot of people who need jobs. So I think vending machines will take away the jobs of the people. So I don't know how. And we have people. Unfortunately, we have labor which is cheap. And vending machines are expensive. So I think there's a little bit of time till we get completely into vending machines. But that is my opinion. I may be wrong.
Sir, your experience have given us all our own opinions now. We would be scared to use the vending machines now. What if we lost our monies?
Yeah. And always remember first of all, I must tell you, I love this auditorium. It's really beautiful. It's really, really nice. And look, I'm here to chat with you. You have to form your own opinions, everybody. I can only tell you my opinion and you can agree or disagree with that. And in life, we must debate and we must discuss. So if I give you an answer and you're not satisfied with it, you can always discuss. Yes, next. Anybody else?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Pooja. I'm pursuing my master's in journalism.
Okay.
So, as you are a broadcaster, actor, author, and food writer too, so from this, what's your favorite? Movies, books, or cooking? Means kitchen.
I'll tell you, and this is the honest truth. I really like writing. Unfortunately, journalism today is become more about TV journalism and not about writing, which is okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong in that. But I also write a column, and I have consistently written a column for the last 25 years. And the joy that I get writing that column, where I can sit and craft my language, put my thoughts together with the hope that somebody will not be just sitting like this and watching, but somebody will sit like this and look at it and read and look at the effort that I have taken to sit and write all that. Gives me more joy. Doesn't mean that I don't get joy talking in front of camera, but the writing of a column gives me immense joy. And I have met several journalists since you are doing journalism and mass communication, because both my biggest assignments I've ever done have been with two news channels. One is Times Now, where I was doing the food show, and the other is CNN News 18, where I do the political satire show. And I am fascinated, and I think the best journalists that have come out, the best journalists that I've ever met, have been journalists who have tremendous curiosity, a pursuit for truth, which is what all journalism is supposed to be, and not taking sides unless it's an editorial piece. If it's an editorial piece, then you are entitled to your opinion. Otherwise, the job of journalists is to inform and give a fair balance information. Yeah. So I hope journalism school is teaching you that also. You asked me one thing, but I went somewhere else only. It's okay.
Okay, moving further, we would like to take few more questions, sir. So, anybody, please raise your hands. Okay, the mic here.
Yep.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So, I'm a journalism student.
Lovely.
And I do relate with a lot of stuff you said in your speech because I'm Marathi, I'm a writer, I'm a foodie.
Arre wah.
I also have food vlogs on my Instagram.
Excellent.
So, I just wanted to ask that whenever you enter a new cafe or a restaurant, which is the first thing you notice?
Oh, the first thing I notice is... oh, that's a very tough question, man. I've never thought about it. But I'll tell you what. I always notice... it's not only when I enter a cafe, is that, are you welcome to this place? Is there somebody who is... And you don't have to fall at your feet and welcome you. Aajao, baith jao. You know, somebody there to welcome you. I think it's a very, very important part of your whole eating experience. There are also restaurants that I've been to which have been traditionally well known for being rude. Like most Irani restaurants in Mumbai are rude. It's like you are doing them a favor by going there as a customer. Instead of... like they are doing you a favor by feeding you instead of you doing them a favor as a customer. But so that is one thing, and then the food is very important. The food has to be good, yaar. If the food is not good, then yeah, I can't be forgiving. Although I must say that on the show, on the vlog, my habit has been not to criticize. Because I don't think anybody feeds you bad food purposely. कोई जानबूझकर खराब खाना नहीं देता. उस दिन कुछ हुआ होगा. किचन में कम लोग होंगे. बावर्ची की बीवी ने उसे सुबह सुबह पीटा होगा. कुछ भी हो सकता है ना. तो why? So if you think that the food is not good, don't talk about it. Ignore it and delete it from your episode. But don't sit and cosify it. Don't give it galis. Because जो खाना खिला रहा है वो यही खड़ा है देख रहे हैं कि क्या बोल रहे हैं. कैसे बोलूं उसको? सॉरी हाँ, तुम्हारा बहुत खराब था खाना. ऐसे तो बोल नहीं सकता मैं. So I prefer not to criticize people. And if anybody asks for suggestions, then I'll tell them कि बाबा मेरे को लगता है off camera कि ऐसे होना चाहिए था, ये नहीं था करके. That is what.
Thank you, sir.
We are having one last question, sir. One more.
Yes.
Just the last question. Okay, there it is.
Yes, again. Oh yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name
afternoon.
is Devesh Sharma.
Hello,
And
Devesh.
sir, first of all, I would like to tell you that you are looking fabulous in the black.
Oh, really?
It is your color, sir.
Black is my color.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask you that you started your acting career in 2003. And after that, after 4 to 5 years, you directed a movie,
Yes.
Fruit and Nut.
Yes, it
And
was
sir,
big flop it was, huh?
Sir, what inspired you to direct that movie?
What inspired me is that, honestly, I wanted to take the next step in life. I had done a bit of acting. I had spent enough time behind a camera. I was also directing this show the week that wasn't. I had directed some TV commercial ad films. So I thought there is a certain kind of comedy that may have been a little. I still believe it is a good film. Okay. I think it was a little ahead of its time because it was a little sort of. It wasn't the usual comedy that you see in Hindi films. And I wanted this heavily influenced by some British comedy groups of the 60s and the 70s, like Monty Python, and these are, if you Netflix, go on to Netflix, they're there. Monty, MOTYPYTHON, Monty Python. The comedy is a little hatke. It's a little makes you think about kya kar rahe hai log, kind of thing. So I made this movie which was slightly bizarre, and I wanted to do it, and I had the opportunity that I found a producer who was willing to put in the money, and I wanted to do it with Cyrus because Cyrus and me are colleagues and friends, and we worked together, and we thought it would be great continuing working together in this field. Both of us also thought it may open up our careers to something new, which it didn't for obvious reasons. He's still doing the same thing and I'm doing the same thing as well. And I had the support of friends like Baman Irani, who's another old theatre friend of mine, who did the film for free without charging a single rupee. Rajat Kapoor, who again did the film free without charging a single rupee. Mahesh Manjrekar, who just charged a little bit but was immensely funny in the film. And he still says, "Arey, hum jo kiya tha na, bahut acha kiya tha," karke. So, जे केलं होतं ना ते मस्त केलं होतं, झालं होतं चांगलं म्हणून.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, I mean that's the film, and it is on one of these OTT things. I don't know, Hotstar or something. I'm hoping that somebody will suddenly see it and suddenly say, "Arey, kya picture bani thi itne saal pehle."
Okay, so moving further, I'm having an activity for you. We have planned one activity. That's
Oh,
yes
God.
or no.
You're making me work. Huh?
So you have to basically, we will ask you questions. So please, we have that. We will ask you a question and you have to answer in just yes or no.
Okay.
Is that fine for you, sir?
Of course, it's fine.
Okay, so I will start. So the first question is, have you ever picked a pouch of tea, coffee or shampoo and toiletries from hotel rooms? Okay.
But can I say, I'm not. You're meant to pick them up. You're allowed to. You can't pick up the telephone and the table lamp, but you can pick up the shampoo.
That's really great. We will imply that in our lives. We will go and pick everything from there next time we have in hotels. So next question is, have you ever crashed a wedding without invitation?
No.
That's
No,
a good habit.
unfortunately, no.
So moving further, sir, have you ever done any prank on set with anyone?
Yes.
We would like to know what was the prank.
Oh, God. So, I used to direct a show called Bakra for MTV, which Cyrus was the anchor of. Of course, they started it, but I came in a little later on. And I had done a film called Bollywood Calling. Okay? It's a very small role. It was a film directed by a director called Nagesh Kukunur, who then went on to who started with a film called Hyderabad Blues and then made a lot of films after that. And I had not been paid for that film. I did only one day's work and they had not paid me for whatever reason. I don't know, I can't remember why I was not paid, but I was not paid. And he was coming as a guest on Cyrus's show. which he was anchoring for MTV.
Okay.
So in the middle of the show, I burst into the set and I catch the director by his throat and I give him the choicest of galis and I say, "Mera paisa kidhar hai?" And he was, I'll ask the producer and tell you, karke. And we played along. It was all being filmed. Cameras were still rolling. And so, so that is one. And then we've done Bakra, which was full of just gags only. Pulling pranks on people, which Cyrus is very good at. I'm a little bad at it, but he's very good at it.
That was cool prank actually. So moving further, I would like to ask, are you a bathroom singer, sir?
You know, I honestly thought I was a very good singer. I sound so good in the bathroom. Till one day somebody recorded me and I heard it myself. And I realized how bad I am, you know. So bad. But yes, I'm a bathroom singer. I still sing in the bathroom.
So, do you have any annoying habits, sir?
Do I have any annoying habits? I have lots of annoying habits. I am impatient. I cough all the time. I need to run to the loo all the time. I have lots of annoying habits. There are lots. And if you ask my friends, they'll tell you more about my annoying habits.
Have you told to anyone on their face that the dish they have cooked is really weird and doesn't taste good?
No, I haven't. I feel very bad.
Okay, that's a really good thing, sir.
मैं लोगों को दुखी नहीं करना चाहता. Which means now when I come to judge also, I'm not going to give any terribly bad remarks.
So, the last one, sir. Have you pretended to appreciate a dish just to be polite?
All the time. Because I think it is very important to be polite. You know? So, I have. Yeah. I've done it.
Moving further, we will be going with a rapid fire round. Not
Okay.
at all controversial like Coffee with Karan, but I hope you will like it, sir.
Yes, I love it. Don't worry. Please.
Okay, we will
go
start
ahead.
the rapid fire round, sir, from now.
It may go down a little slower because sometimes I need to think, but chalo, karte hain.
Okay, so the very first question, sir. Baked or fried?
Sorry, what?
Baked or fried?
Fried. Deep fried.
Favorite midnight snacks?
Frankie.
Okay. Sweet or spicy?
Listen, Zomato has changed the world. Huh? I can get up in the middle of the night and call for Bhelpuri. I love Bhelpuri also. Midnight I eat Bhelpuri. Frankie. This is the kind of stuff that I eat.
Sweet or spicy, sir?
Both. But both. I love sweets and I love spicy also. Both.
Pineapple on pizza or Maggie with ketchup, sir?
Both.
See?
Both. I love pineapple on pizza. Hawaiian pizza is superb. And I can eat anything with ketchup. I used to eat bread and ketchup, rice and ketchup, Maggie and ketchup. I used to eat... Oh, I'll tell you. You want to sound disgusting? I'll tell you something. My grandmother used to make me kala chana. Kala chana na? Kala chana, masale wala. I used to take khakra, crumble it in kala chana, put tomato ketchup on it and eat it. And it is delicious, trust me. Don't know how I became a foodie.
We will try it for sure. Okay, moving further. Street food or fine dine?
Street food. Any day. Any day street food.
Midnight stories or daydreams?
Daydreams.
Okay.
Daydreams. Because midnight I am frightened. I'm petrified. I'm not very good in the night.
Hosting or acting?
Acting.
If your biopic is made, who do you think will be the best for your role?
Ranbir Kapoor?
Oh.
Why not? Yeah, he can put on little latex and a little stomach and all. Kya hai?
Okay. Adventurous vacation or a laid back and relaxed one?
If adventurous means physically taxing, then no. If adventurous means you get to discover new places, new food, then yes. I'm not very good at sitting in one place just doing nothing. I like to spread out I'll be very honest. Food is number one priority on any vacation. I have been to Goa and I'd gone for a conference to Goa and I entered the hotel and I went to the buffet and there was not a single Goan dish on the menu. And I was so angry. That I actually behaved badly. Because if I'm in Goa, I want Goan food. If I come to Gujarat, I want Gujarati food. I don't want to eat. So when I go travel, the food is very important. Food from that place is very
as
important.
I'm also from Goa, like we
Are you
live in
from Goa?
Thivim. Yeah, I'm from Thivim.
Oh,
So I would advise you to eat crabs at Calambit Beach. That's the best.
which beach?
Calambit. Near
Calambit.
Baga Beach.
Near
That's the best.
Kalangut.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's best.
Oh,
You
lovely.
can
I know.
never taste any
So there
crab.
is Susa Lobo at Kalangut, which
Yeah.
does stuffed crabs,
Yep.
Goan style.
Yeah.
I've
But
eaten.
they serve it really good. You
Yeah.
should try it once more if you go Goa.
I will do. I will do that.
Okay. So moving further, your favorite author of all time.
I would like to say Oscar Wilde, but I will say James Hadley Chase.
Okay,
Anybody knows James Hadley Chase?
We have
Nobody
heard the
knows.
name. I have heard the name once.
James Hadley Chase was crime fiction. There used to be thin books like this with American crime. And they had the greatest stories and the greatest plots in the world. Every James Hadley Chase book can be made into a Hindi movie.
Okay, sir.
I think so. It was great fun. And Earl Stanley Gardner. Nobody knows these. They are all outdated authors.
So your favorite Khans of all three? Shah Rukh, Salman or Amir?
Shah Rukh.
Oh,
Anytime. Shah Rukh. Anybody saw Brahmastra? And what? Anybody liked Brahmastra? No. But Shah Rukh Khan was great in Brahmastra.
your favorite co-actor to work with?
My favorite co-actor to work with? Not Cyrus Broacha at all. It's very painful to work with. But Bama Nirani.
Okay. So a dish you regret tasting. Which one and where?
Oh, that's very difficult because I have eaten very bad food also in my life. So most of the the adventurous food in Southeast Asia, which everybody says you must try. You go to Thailand and you eat grasshoppers, and I know. I have no affection to it. And I regret, but I had to eat because अगर अपने आप को foodie बोल रहा है तो सब कुछ खाना चाहिए ना. जैसे अरे you went to Thailand and you did not eat grasshoppers and cockroaches. So I didn't eat cockroach. I'm just grasshoppers.
Last one, sir. As we know, you and Cyrus, sir, are really close friends. So almost like family. You guys are almost like family. One word that describe your bond with him.
Very long. I've known him for now nearly 30 years. His children have grown up in my arms. And as I grow older, I find that I have a better bond with his children than I have with him now.